Who knew that the most powerful mutant of all time would turn out just to be a disgruntled former member of the Blue Man Group?
Ever since the world found out about mutants in '73, there have been cults who see them as some kind of second coming or sign of God. I was tracking one of them. They call themselves a Shir En Sebenur, named after an ancient being they believe to be the world's first.
World's first what?
The world's first mutant.
X-Men Apocalypse is the 8th X-Men movie in the franchise. This time we join our mutant-powered friends as they battle possibly the first mutant ever, and certainly one of the most powerful, named Apocalypse. Can they save the world from this blue master of death? Here's 5 things you might want to know about X-Men Apocalypse. Number 1, I'll start by saying this. You know me, I love to admit my biases. I'm a huge fan of this universe. The X-Men may be my favorite grouping of superheroes of all time. So I am predisposed to like this, although I'm also predisposed, I think, to be a little more critical of it as well. In this case, I had a good time. I know this isn't a perfect movie, and we'll get to talking about the reasons why here in a bit. But I really had fun. I just think there's something about going into this world where all these characters and superpowers and how they work together and what they mean and discovering new ones and the existing characters that I already love that I think I'm predisposed to have a good time with, and I definitely felt that in this movie. And of course, one of the reasons I think they've done so well with this last series of movies with First Class and Days of Future Past is what great casting choices they've made. McAvoy is amazing as Professor X. Love him in that role. Fassbender is really good. What a talented actor. And of course, Jennifer Lawrence playing Mystique. All these are top-notch actors. But you know what? It's not just them. It's the new kids on the block as well. I love the new Cyclops, the new Storm. The new Nightcrawler may have been my favorite character in this movie. I love Nightcrawler, and I'm glad they got him right. Just all of that combined means I'm in love with these characters, and the performances are enough to draw me in that I'm still having a great time. Having said that, I know this is a weak movie in other ways. Let's just start with the fact that there is way too much melodrama in this. And it's not just that there's really dramatic moments where characters are putting their all into the acting. It's that those acting moments don't add up to what's going on in the movie. There's this storyline with Magneto in these moments that are played for so much emotion, but the story doesn't take us to that place. It just felt like it didn't add up in that way and was packed with a little bit too much emotion and melodrama for me. And really, packed may be the key word for this movie. It's just too much. There's 2.5 hours of stuff here, and I still feel like everything is kind of bursting at the seams. There's too many plot lines, too many characters, too many ways it wants to go, too many things it's trying to stuff into the movie that don't necessarily need to be there. A very spoilerish cameo that I won't give away, but something happens in the middle of the movie. That entire scene could be taken out of the film, and I think the film would be better for it because it forces our characters into a place that they don't need to be story-wise just to service a cameo. All that adds up to a movie that feels like it's bursting at the seams and can't really get everything it wants to in the time it has. But you know what it is? And let's finish with this since I think it's kind of the key thing. There's not a human element here. The idea of what humanity thinks of the X-Men is such a consistent theme through these stories, and one that I love, that it's really missing here. How do we feel about these fellow human beings who have developed powers and what they're doing? Our perspective is never given any attention in this movie. Instead, the movie focuses on the mutants interacting with themselves. Even our villain, Oscar Isaac, who, by the way, is completely wasted under all those blue prosthetics in this movie, even he is a mutant. So where is our perspective? And because we're missing that, I think the movie overall does fall a little flat in the compelling aspect of what we're supposed to care about. Overall, I feel like X-Men Apocalypse is still a lot of fun because I love this universe, but there's plenty wrong enough with it to bring it down to a B-. Thanks for checking out this Your Movie Friend review. We'll get to the best ever challenge here in a bit. But first, if you want to check out more about what goes on here, click the info button. It'll slide out. There's other videos you can check out. Go to the website, donate to the channel, whatever you want to do, you can do that there. Also, if you want to listen to the podcast, it's called SiftPop, SiftPop, and you can subscribe through however you do your podcast thing. You can also, of course, follow me on all the social medias, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, whatever you do. Just search for my name, Aaron Dicer, Aaron Dicer. All right, on to the Best Ever Challenge, where you name the best movie ever in the category that's given and also try to identify my choice. Let's just go with Michael Fassbender movies. What's the best Fassbender movie ever? For me, of all the jobs he's taken, this one was my favorite. The apple of my eye, so to speak. Take a guess at mine in the comments. Also leave your choice there as well. And as always, whoever gets mine first does get that point. Here's 5 seconds for you to hit the subscribe logo. As we finish this out, just click it right down in this corner. You'll never miss another review again. I mean, unless you choose to miss it, which is fine. I take no offense. I'm just saying, if you want to know when they're out, probably click that button.